hire seller will sell the goods or hire purchaser will purchase the goods from hire seller. Calculate the interest at 10%. So you'll get 76,500. Add to the principal amount. Asset account it are to hire seller account. So in this problem, what is the asset? So what is the total value of asset? 17 lakh is the total value of the asset. Hello my dear students, I am your Ajay sir, faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Grade College, Mysuru, a temple of excellence. My dear students, today's session is about Financial Accounting 2. The topic is Accounting for Hire Purchase System. So already in previous session, we have done problem for journal entries in the books of hire purchase, and this session we are going to solve problem on ledger entries in the books of hire purchase. And you know the meaning hire purchase, there are two parties, hire purchaser and hire seller. Hire seller will sell the goods or hire purchaser will purchase the goods from hire seller on the hire purchase system and he will pay the down payment on the same day, and remaining amount should be paid in the equal installment with interest. Next, let's go to the problem. Tej Travels Limited purchased 5 motor cars. See here, Tej Travels is the hire purchaser and he is purchasing 5 motor cars costing rupees 3,40,000 each. 3,40,000 each. For one car it is 3,40,000. How many cars he is purchasing? 5 cars he is purchasing. From whom we are purchasing? From Best Motors. So Tej Travels is the hire purchaser, Best Motors is the hire seller, and hire purchaser selling 5 motor cars for 3,40,000 each. So for one car it is 3,40,000. Therefore for 5 cars how much is going to pay? Let's see. So 3,40,000 into 5 cars, the total amount is 17 lakh. This is our cash price. On which date? On 1/1/2018. Next, these are the conditions. What are the terms? Let's see. Payment on delivery rupees 10% of the sum. What is the sum? Total sum is 17 lakh. On this, how much he is paying as a down payment? Payment on delivery means down payment. How much he is paying? 10%. That means 1,70,000 he has to pay down payment on the same day. Next one. And the remaining balance. What is the remaining balance? See, deduct this 1,70,000 from 17 lakh. How much you will get? So 17 lakh minus 1,70,000, you will get 15,30,000. You will get 15,30,000. This amount should be paid in how many installment? In 4 equal installment together with interest. So it is divided by 4. So divided by 4. So we have to pay 3,82,500 in 4 installments. So we have to make 4 installment. This is the principal amount, not the installment amount. So we have to add the interest for this, and we have to make the installment. Let's see depreciation, installment together with interest at 5%. So for this amount we have to add 10% interest, and we have to make the installment to be paid at the end of each year. For how many years? 4 equal installment means 4 years. 3 installment means 3 years we have to make the payment. Let's go for next slide. Tej Travels Limited rate of depreciation at 20% in the first 2 years. See, 4 equal installment he has given. That means we have to pay for 4 years. So for first 2 years, what is the rate of depreciation? 20%. And the next 2 years we have to pay 30%. We have to charge 30% depreciation. For the first year, 2 years, we have to charge 20% depreciation. For the next 2 years, we have to charge 30% depreciation. On which method? On diminishing balance method. See, diminishing balance method, written down value method, reducing balance method, all are same. Okay, so we have to make this is diminishing balance method or written down value method or reducing balance method, all are same. So we have to calculate the depreciation on which method? Diminishing balance method. Accounts are closed at 31st December every year. So we have to calculate the depreciation, interest, installment, everything we have to calculate, and we have to prepare accounts for 4 years. And which account we have to prepare? Prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of Tej Limited. Who is Tej Limited? Tej Limited is the hire purchaser. So in the books of hire purchaser, we have to prepare ledger entries. Are you clear? I hope you are clear. Let's go to the next slide. This is working note. Let's prepare. See, what is the cash price of the asset? See, you have calculated 3,40,000 each car. So if you multiply by 5 motor car, how many cars we are purchasing? 5 cars we are purchasing. What is the value of each car? 3,40,000. It will become 70 lakh is the cash price. Cash price equals to 17 lakh. Cash price 17 lakh minus down payment 10% means what? 17 lakh into 10%, it will become 1,70,000. If you deduct this, how much it will become? If you deduct this 1,70,000, you will be having 15,30,000. So this amount should be paid in how many installment? In 4 equal installment. That means divided by 4. So divided by 4, you will get how much? 3,82,500. So it is 3,82,500 is the principal amount every year we are going to pay. And if you add interest for this, so it will become installment. So this is the principal amount. So how many years we have to pay, or how many installment we have to pay? We have to make 4 installment with interest. What is the rate of interest? See, let's check. See, 10% is the rate of interest. Now let's go to the problem. How to solve the problem? See, this is calculation of principal, interest and installment, depreciation, everything we have to calculate here, and later we will go for ledger entries. So what is the cash price or cost price? So cash price is 17 lakh. Cash price is 17 lakh. What is our down payment? Direct down payment. $1,70,000 is our down payment. So when we paying down payment, so down payment is also a part of principal. So it is 1,70,000 right here. It is a part of principal. Interest, there is no interest for down payment. So installment is we are paying 1,70,000 on the day of purchase. Okay. Next one. If you deduct this 1,70,000, so you'll get 15,30,000. 15,30,000. Let's deduct first installment. Now we have to calculate the interest. On what amount we have to calculate the interest? On the remaining balance of principal. On this amount we have to calculate the interest, not on 1 lakh or 17 lakh. So what is the rate of interest? 10%. See, our interest rate is 10% per annum. So 15,30,000 into 10 by 100. So our interest rate is 1,53,000 is the interest for the first year. And we know the principal amount. Every year we have to make principal of how much? 3,82,500. So 3,82,500. We know the principal and we know the interest. Add principal and interest, it will become installment. Let's add. So it is 5,35,500 is the first installment. Now deduct this principal from total principal amount. 3,82,500. So if you deduct this, how much you will get? 15,30,000 minus 3,82,500. So you will get 11,47,500. This is the remaining balance. Let's go to the second year. This is the first installment. Now we have to calculate the second year interest. Reduce or deduct the second installment. Again, the principal will be same. What is the principal? 3,82,500, and we have to calculate the interest. Interest should be calculated on which amount? On 11,47,500. The remaining balance, what is due to the company, for that amount we have to calculate the interest, not on full amount. Okay. I hope you are clear. I am calculating the interest on 11,47,500. What is the rate of interest? It is 10% every year. So 11,47,500 into 10%. So it is 1,14,750 is the interest rate. Again, add principal plus interest. You'll get 3,82,500 plus 1,14,750 is 4,97,250. 4,92,250 is the installment amount. Again, deduct this principal from this principal. 3,82,500. Let's check how much you will get. So 11,47,500 minus 3,82,500. You'll get 7,65,000 is the balance figure. So again, we have did third installment minus third installment. And calculate the rate of interest. 7,65,000 into 10% or 10 by 100. So let's check into 10%. You'll get 76,500. 76,500. So our principal, we know the principal will be same for every year. 3,82,500 is the principal amount. If you add 3,82,500 to 76,500, you'll get 4,59,000 is the installment amount. Next one, again deduct this principal from total principal. 3,82,500. So 7,65,000 minus 3,82,500. 500, we'll get 3,82,500. Again, we have to calculate the interest for the fourth year minus fourth installment. We have to calculate interest 3,82,500 into 10%. It is 38,250. 38,250 is our interest, and we know the principal is same for the fourth year also. 3,82,500. Add interest. It is 4,20,750 is the installment. Deduct this principal from principal. So we'll get 0. So once again I am explaining. See, first year 17 lakh is the cash price or the cost price. I had deducted the down payment, and we have to write the down payment amount here. This because the down payment is also part of principal. So first year this is the down payment. Next one, for the first installment, I have calculated the interest on 15,30,000. If you calculate the interest, it will become 1,53,000, and the principal will be same. We have already calculated the principal amount. So principal plus interest equals to installment. Again, deduct this principal from here. This principal, total principal, you will get 11,47,500. Again, I have to calculate the interest for this amount. I will get 1,14,750. Again, add the principal amount to 1,14,750. You will get 4,97,250. You will get this is the installment amount. Next year also, for the deduct this amount from total principal amount, you will get 7,65,000. Calculate the interest at 10%. So you'll get 76,500. Add to the principal amount, you'll get 4,59,000. Next one, again the remaining, you have to deduct the amount from the total principal amount. You'll get 3,82,500. Calculate the interest on 3,82,500. You'll get the 38,250. If you add that, it will get 4,20,750. This is the 4-year installment. First year installment, second year installment, third installment, and fourth installment. Now let's calculate the depreciation. What is the rate of depreciation? Let's check in the problem. See, Tej Travels rate of depreciation 20% in first 2 years. For first 2 years, we have to calculate the depreciation for at 20%, and remaining 2 years we have to calculate at 30%. Now what is the cash price? Cash price is 17 lakh. So first year depreciation 17 lakh into what is the rate of depreciation for first 2 years? It is 20%. So if you calculate 20%, $17 lakh into 20%, you'll get 3,40,000. 3,40,000 is the first year depreciation. First year depreciation. And now deduct this depreciation from 17 lakh. So you'll get 13,60,000. 13,60,000. This is the balance for second year. Now we have to calculate the depreciation. Again on this amount, 20% depreciation. So it is 2,72,000. 2,72,000. Deduct this depreciation. This is the second year depreciation. Second year depreciation. Deduct this 2,72,000 from 13,60,000. So you'll get 10,88,000. 10,88,000. Now for third year, so first 2 years, he has given the problem. For first 2 years, we have to calculate 20% depreciation, and the next 2 years we have to calculate 30% depreciation. So let's calculate at 30% depreciation into. So it is 3,26,000. 3,26,000. This is the third year depreciation. Third year depreciation. Deduct this from 10,88,000. So it is 7,61,600. And again we have to calculate at 30% depreciation. It is 2,28,480 is the fourth year depreciation. Again, I'm explaining again. See, 17 lakh is the total cash price or total cost of the asset. So at 17 lakh, we have to calculate for first year 20% depreciation. We will get 3,40,000 is the first year depreciation. Again, deduct this amount from 17 lakh, you will get 13,60,000. On this amount, we have to calculate 20% depreciation. You will get 2,72,000. 2,72,000 is the second year depreciation. If you deduct this amount, you will get 10,88,000. On this amount, since this is the third year, we have to calculate on at 30% depreciation. You will get 3,26,000. This is the third year depreciation. Again, if you deduct 3,26,000 from 10,88,000, you will get 7,61,600. Again, on that amount, we have to calculate 30% depreciation. You will get 2,28,480 is the fourth year depreciation. Since the problem is only for 4 installments, 4 year depreciation is enough. Now let's solve the problem, or let's go for the ledger entries in the books of hire purchaser. See, if you want to understand the ledger entries, you must know the journal entries. The journal entries only, we are converting journal entries to ledger entries. What is the journal entries for the hire purchase, asset purchased on hire purchase system? See, I am getting the asset. I am the hire purchaser. I am getting the asset. Debit what comes in, and also credit what goes out. And the hire seller is the personal account. Okay, debit the receiver, credit the giver. So here hire purchaser, I am getting the asset. I am the hire purchaser. I am receiving the asset, and hire seller is giving the asset. So what is the journal entry? Asset account debit to hire seller account. Debit what comes? Asset is coming to hire purchase. And who is the giver? Hire seller is the giver. So asset account debit to hire seller account. So in this problem, what is the asset? This car is the asset. So we are purchasing 5 motor cars. So 5 car is the asset. Journal entry. Car asset account debit to who is the seller? Best motor is the seller. So journal entry should be car account debit to best motor account. Car account debit to best motor. By car account to best motor account. So we are preparing hire seller account. So by car account, what is the amount? Total amount value is 17 lakh. 17 lakh. By asset account to hire seller account. So when in journal entry, this is debit side, this is credit side. So if asset account is debited in journal entry, and asset account should be credited in ledger entries. I hope you're understanding. See, the same asset account or car account is debited in the journal entry, but we have to credit in ledger entry or ledger account. Or also we can understand in this way, while pronouncing journal entries, we can tell like by asset account to hire seller account. So it is buy asset account to hire seller account. When asset becomes credited, hire seller will be debited. When hire seller debited, asset will be credited. That is the trick. Okay, so buy asset account 17 lakh. Now for the same day we are making the down payment. What is the journal entry for making down payment? When we paying the amount, who is the receiver? Hire seller is the receiver, or the best motor is the receiver. And who is paying the amount? When I pay the check, the bank going to pay the amount. What is journal entry? Hire seller account to bank account. Buy hire seller account to bank account. So we have to write buy hire seller account to bank account. What is the date? On 1/1/2018. 1/1/2018 I have purchased the asset, and same day I am going to make down payment on 1/1/2018 to bank account. What is the down payment? 10% of the total value of the asset is 1,70,000. I am making the down payment. Next we have to calculate the interest. What is the journal entry for interest? Interest account to hire seller account. Buy interest account to hire seller account. So buy interest account to hire seller account. So interest, what is the amount of interest? First year interest 1,53,000. 1,53,000 is the interest. So with this interest, on the same which day I am going to calculate the interest? On the last day of the year, that is 31st December 2018. I am going to calculate the interest. On that day we have to show the interest is due. So buy interest account debtor to hire seller account. Here it is credited. Now I am going to pay the installment. So what is our installment? Total installment is 5,35,500 is the installment. On 31st 12/2018 I am going to make the installment. What is our installment? 5,35,500. 5,35,500 is the first installment. See, now I am going to tally the account. If you add both of this, which side you get bigger amount or which side you get more? So 17 lakh plus 1,53,000. So it is 18,53,000 you get credit side, and debit side you get lesser amount. So write higher amount both the side, 18,53,000. Here also 18,53,000. And write the balance will be carried down. The remaining balance will be carried down for the next year. So direct this both of amount 1,70,000 minus 5,35,500. Direct this, you'll get 11,47,500. This amount will be carried down for the next year. Again for the next year we have to brought down. On what date? 31st 12/2018 the amount will be carried down. See, if you carry down in debit side, it should be brought down in credit side. If you carry down in credit side, it should be brought down to debit side. So this is the last date of the January. So I am going to carry down this amount. Again for the next year, still we have to pay this much amount, right? Still we have to pay 11,47,500. This amount will be brought down to next year. What is the first date of next year? 1 January 2019. 1st January 2019 is the first date. So the balance is 11,47,500. 11,47,500. Again for the next year, already purchase entry is over and the down payment entry is over. From next year we have to calculate only interest and depreciation amount transferred to profit and loss account. 3 or 4 interest will be there. So what is the next year interest? Let's see the next year interest or 2019 interest. See, this is the interest for 2000 second year. So this is the interest for second year. So 1,14,750 is the interest. 1,14,750 the interest. And what is our installment? So our installment is 4,97,250 is our installment. 4,97,250 is the installment. See again, we have to carry forward next amount. We have to check the difference. Let's see. See, again I am going to add both the side plus 1,14,750. So you'll get 12,62,250 you'll get. So credit side is more, 12,62,250. So deduct this amount, 4,97,250. If you deduct this, you'll get 7,65,000 for the second year. Again come to third year. The same amount will be carried down to next, carry forward to next year. So we have to brought down. So this is the on bank account, which day I am going to make the payment, 31st/12/2018. So here also I am going to transfer this amount on 31st/12/2018. On which day we will brought down first. The interest also calculate 31st/12/2019. On the first day of Jan 2020. So 1st Jan 2020, I am going to brought down the amount 7,65,000. 7,65,000. Now again for the last day of the third year, we have to pay. We have to calculate the interest. What is our interest? See, on 31st/12/2020, we already calculated the interest. Let's see the third year interest. What is the third year interest? 76,500. This is 76,500 is our interest. Now, what is the third year installment? 4,59,000 is the third year installment. So, on which day I am going to pay the third year installment? 31st/12/2020. I am going to pay the third year installment. It is 4,59,000. 4,59,000. Again, we have to tally the account. Let's add 7,65,000 plus 76,500. We will get 8,41,500. Here also, let's write 8,41,500. See, what do you mean by tallying? Tallying means getting both the sides same amount. So we should get same amount both debit side and credit side. How to get both the sides? See, if it is only 4,59,000. Here we are getting 8,41,500. So 8,41,000 is the higher amount. Write both the side the highest amount and identify the difference. Right here the difference. Then both sides will get tallied. Minus 4,59,000. You'll get 3,82,500. 3,82,500 will be carried down. On which day? Same, 31st/12/2020 will be carried down. Again, for the next year, it should be brought down. What is the first day of the next year? 1st Jan 2021. 1st Jan 2021. Again, same amount should be brought down. 38,000. 3,82,500. We have to calculate the interest. Already we have calculated. See the interest. What is our fourth year interest? 38,250. 38,250 is the interest. Add both the figure. So you'll get 4,20,750. 4,20,750. So we have to make the payment year installment on 31st 12 2021. We are going to make the payment. How much? 4,20,750. For the last year, both the amount will get tallied. No amount is there for carry forward. So 4,20,750 will be tallied. So this is the account for hire seller account. First we are preparing hire seller account. Next we have to prepare interest account. Okay. After that asset account, and also later we have to calculate the depreciation account. Now let's go to the interest account. See what in the ledger? In ledger, so we are segregating. So all the transaction related to hire seller will comes under hire seller account. All transaction related to asset goes to asset account. All transaction related to interest goes to interest account, and depreciation goes to depreciation account. Now let's go for interest account. So where interest will come in journal entry? See, while calculating the interest, so first entry will be purchase of asset. Second entry will be down payment. Third entry will be the calculation of interest. No. So on which day we will calculate the interest? At the end of the year, we will calculate the interest. For example, on 31st 12/2018, I am going to calculate the interest. So what is the interest? First year interest. It is 1,53,000 is the first year interest. And where interest appears in journal entry? It will appear only will be transferring the interest to profit and loss account. Only 2 times it will appear. When it will appear? First, when we calculate the interest, that is the first entry will be purchase of asset. Second is down payment. Third is calculation of interest. Again, after calculation of interest, we will show entry for payment of installment. Next one, calculation of depreciation. And last one, sixth entry is the transfer of depreciation and interest to profit and loss account. So first entry is interest account to hire seller account. So here interest account to hire seller account. 31st 12/2018. What is our interest? Our interest is 1,53,000 for the first year. 1,53,000 for the first year. Now, after that interest, where interest will appear after third entry, interest will appear only while transferring the interest to profit and loss account. What is journal entry? To transfer profit and loss account to interest account. No, so by profit and loss account to interest account. So by profit and loss account to interest account. Same amount I am going to write. This is very easy. Just writing amount, and amount will get tallied. 1,53,000. Here also 1,53,000. Again for the second year. Second year also journal entry higher interest account to hire seller account on 31st 12/2019. What is the second year interest? So second year interest is 1,14,750 is the second year interest. So let's write here 1,14,750. So what is our journal entry? Hire seller account to interest account. Again we have to transfer this amount. This is also 31st 12/2018. Here also 31st 12/2018. You have to transfer the interest to profit and loss account. 1,14,750. So again the amount will get tallied. 14,750. For the next year, what is the next year? 31st 12/2020. So by interest account to higher seller account. So what is the third year interest? 76,500 is the third year interest. 76,500. Again, journal entry, profit and loss account are to interest account. So by profit and loss account to interest account, 31st 12 2020, same amount 76,500. So again amount will get tallied here, no amount will be carry forward. Next, for the last year, so last year interest is 38,250. Again 30, date is 31st 12 2021. Here also this is 38,250. Here also 31st 12 21. 38,250 is the amount. Amount will get tally here. 38,250. Here also 38,250. This is the ledger. Now let's go to asset account. So what is the journal entry? Where asset will appear in journal entry? For asset, first journal entry. So asset account are to higher seller account. So how to write? By asset account to higher seller account. So by asset account to higher seller account. So what is the date? Date of purchase. 1/1/2018 is the date of purchase. So what is the total value of asset? 17 lakh is the total value of the asset. Now what is the first depreciation? What is journal entry? Where depreciation appears in journal entry? While calculating the depreciation. So journal entry appears as depreciation account or to asset account. So by depreciation to asset account. What is the first year depreciation? Let's see. See, this is the first depreciation. 3,40,000 is the first depreciation. So on when we calculate the depreciation at the end of the year, we have to calculate the depreciation. 31st 12/2018, 3,40,000. 3,40,000 is the depreciation, and remaining balance will be carried forward to next year. 31st 12/2018. What is the remaining balance? We'll check here. So 13,60,000 is the remaining balance. 13,60,000 is the remaining balance. So if you will get tally. So 17 lakh. Here also 17 lakh. Again, same amount should be brought down for the next year. So what is the first date of the next year? 1/1/2019. You have to brought down the amount. So if the amount is carried down in the credit side, it should be brought down to debit side. If it is carried down in debit side, it should be brought down to credit side. So it is 13,60,000. Now what is the next depreciation? When we'll calculate the next depreciation? At the end of the year. 31st 12/2019, we are going to calculate the depreciation. What is the second depreciation? This is the second depreciation. 2,72,000 is the second year depreciation. 2,72,000. Now remaining balance should be carry forward. So which side is more? So if you compare both, debit side is more. So I am going to tally debit side, both the side. 13,60,000. Now what is the balance? We can check balance here. See, the balance is 10,88,000. 10,88,000. The same amount should be brought down. See, 31st 12/2019 will be carried down. Now it is brought down on 1st Jan 2020. Same amount should be brought down. 10,88,000. Now we have to calculate the depreciation. When we are going to calculate the depreciation? At the end of the year. 31st 12/2020. I am going to calculate the depreciation. What is the rate of depreciation? We have already calculated. This is the third year depreciation. 3,26,000 is the third year depreciation. So 3,26,000 is the third year depreciation. Now again tally both the side. So at the 31st/12/2020 we had to carry forward the balance. So we don't know the balance. Let's see which is the higher amount. 10,88,000 is the higher amount. So the difference will be appear in credit side. What is the difference? Let's see here itself. So this is the difference. 7,61,600 will be the difference. 7,61,600. Now the depreciation is 3,26,400. The remaining balance is 7,61,600 will be carry forward. Again for the next year we have to brought down the amount. So on 1/1/21 I am going to brought down 7,61,600. Okay. Next we have to calculate the depreciation. Now what is the depreciation? Already we have calculated 2,28,480. So what is the depreciation? 2,28,480. So let's write 2,20,000. The date is 31st/12/21. Depreciation is 2,28,480. It is the depreciation. Remaining balance should be carry forward. Total add both the side, which is higher. So 7,61,600 is the higher amount. So write 7,61,600 both the side. So deduct the 2,28,480. So you'll get 5,33,120 is the balance. Again for the last year we can calculate 1/1/22 2 balance carried brought down 5,33,120. So this is the depreciation. This is the asset account. Now let's go to the depreciation account for last. Depreciation account. Now where you get depreciation? Once while calculating the depreciation, journal entry depreciation account are to asset account, and later we will be transferring the depreciation to profit and loss account. So profit and loss account are 2 interest and 2 depreciation account were coming in journal entry. So journal entry first while calculating journal entry depreciation by depreciation account it are to asset account. So by depreciation to asset account. So when we calculate the depreciation at the end of the year 31st/12/2018. So what is the first depreciation? Here only it is. First year depreciation 3,40,000. So it will be transferred on the same day. It is transferred to profit and loss account. Journal entry. What is the journal entry? Profit and loss account are to interest account to depreciation account. No, like that. 31st/12/2018. 3,40,000 will be transferred to profit and loss account. Amount will get tally. There is no balance to carry forward. Again for the next year, what is the next year? When we calculate the depreciation on the second year on 31st/12/2019, we are going to calculate the depreciation. What is the depreciation here? 2,72,000. 2,72,000. See here, in asset account, depreciation is credited. In depreciation account, asset will be debited. See the difference? Are you understanding? See journal entry, asset account are to depreciation account. So see, we have to understand one thing here. See, in asset account, depreciation appears in credit side. At the same time, in depreciation account, asset appears in debit side. This is debit side, this is credit side. So in depreciation account, asset will be appears in debit side. In asset account, depreciation appears in credit side. That's what. So by depreciation to asset account. Here by depreciation to asset account. I hope you're understanding. So what is the second year depreciation? 2,72,000. 2,72,000. Same amount will be transferred to profit and loss account next year. Amount will get tally. For next year, what is the depreciation? 3,26,400. So 31st 12/2020, 3,26,400. Again 31st 12/2020, amount 3,26,400. Again we have to tally the account. 3,26,400, 3,26,400. Next, again we have to show the entry 31st 12/2020 by depreciation to asset account. So what is the last year depreciation? 2,28,480. 2,28,480. Again 31st 12/21, 2,28,480. If you tally 2,28,480, here also 2,28,480. So I hope you're understanding. See, on the base of journal entry only we are preparing ledger. So if depreciation debited, asset will be credited. If asset is debited, depreciation will be credited. See, journal, what is the journal entry? Depreciation account to asset account. By depreciation account to asset account. So here it is profit and loss account. See, what is journal entry? For profit and loss, when profit and loss account appears in journal entry, profit and loss account to depreciation. By profit and loss account to depreciation. If depreciation debited, profit and loss will be credited. If depreciation credited, asset will be debited. I hope you're understanding. So, my dear students, in the next class or next session, we are going to solve the problem on journal entries in the books of hire seller. So, in previous session, we have discussed journal entries in the books of hire purchaser. In this session, we have discussed ledger entries in the books of hire purchaser. Next, in next session, we are going to discuss problems on journal entries in the books of hire seller. So 4 types of problems you have to understand. Journal in hire purchaser, ledger in hire purchaser. Journal in hire seller, ledger in hire seller. So all these types of problems completely based on journal entries. If you did not understand journal entries, or if you did not mug up the journal entries, you cannot understand the ledger. The journal only we are converting to ledger. I hope you are clear. Thank you. See you in the next class. Thank you so much.